Welcome back to Gil News, Dragon Age Veilguard updates with a very half-hearted video edit. Now, it's been a quiet few days as far as details go, and as of right now, there's not really any big dates to look forward to. However, GameInformer is going to be publishing more detailed stories about their look at the game as the weeks go on, and we just keep getting dev comments on social media, not like a ton, but a few, so let's quickly talk about all that. Now, on the Game Informer stuff, if you want to read it yourself, I've linked the articles down below. Right now, the pattern seems to be that they come out on Tuesdays and Thursdays around 3 p.m. Eastern, and I'm not sure how much longer that's going to continue. The articles themselves are largely kind of the same as the big one that came out in the magazine, but they do have some new minor details. And as of right now, there are 4 articles since the last Gil News came out. The first dives into combat skill trees we can choose from, along with publishing some screenshots of the leveling menu. Now, if you are worried about the gameplay you saw in the trailer, then I really think it's best that you just read the whole article. Having played it myself is kind of hard to describe, and I think this does a decent job. Just in short though, yeah, it's not Dragon Age Origins tactics. Please don't freak out over 3 spell slots. There is more to upgrade and customize, it just isn't on the slot menu. It does require tactical thinking, but it isn't obviously a CRPG, so the gameplay is just now its own thing, which just works better with the engine they currently have, which is Frostbite. The second is mainly about why they choose to rename the game, which we have heard before and was kind of in the BioWare press release, but I kind of feel the main part of this is just to comfort the Sovellans that he's still in the game and plays a big part. It's me, I'm Sovellans. Now, this article does go on to get pretty spoilery for the intro to the game, so if you don't want to hear that, click away now. But it does describe how Solus gets trapped in the Fade and his relationship to Rook. Solus sees much of himself in you, the player-controlled Rook, especially the parts that maybe he doesn't like to face. As a result, there's an interesting push and pull between Solus and Rook. He says players can define the relationship between these two characters with their choices and dialogue. The third article describes more of the classes and faction mechanics. Of note is that we now have all the specializations for each class, which I'll just throw up on the screen. It also explains that a big part of the game is dealing with the different factions that will help you in helping them in return. Now, the faction mentioned seems to just be the same ones we can choose for our backstories and from the companions, but it was also thrown out randomly that we have access to the Mirror of Transformation at our base, and we can use that to change up how we look, which does make me worried about Xenon. The fourth actually just came out as I'm recording this an hour ago, but it has some new details about the character creator. Now, a lot of this is covered already, but there are some details about the lighting you can choose in the character creator, because there's multiple lighting situations, along with the news that there are more than 40 different face textures, more than 40 horn textures, some of the sliders that are now available, and the article's on to say that this character creation is one of the best that BioWare has made. Now, we also get confirmation that we have 4 voices again, a masculine and feminine version of both an English and American accent, and apparently you can also change the pitch of the voice. Now, sadly, there isn't anything about how the Inquisitor can be customized at this time. Moving on to the Discord, every once in a while, one of the devs will answer questions on the official BioWare server, so this is just kind of a shotgun of the most interesting bits. Cutscenes can be paused. They've added a feature that will autosave before major decisions. You can have 2 different eye colors. You can have wild-colored hairs, like blue, pink, whatever. The AI on companions can sort of be set. It's like you choose behaviors in the skill trees, apparently. Rook does get referred to by their last name from time to time, which is chosen by the background you choose. I know the Game Informer article kind of makes it seem otherwise for some reason, but that is the truth. Your last name is based on your background. Emrich's name is pronounced as Emrich. I think I said Emrich a couple times. That's because I'm bad at pronouncing things. Rook as a dwarf cannot be a mage. Body tattoos are confirmed, and each backstory has unique pajamas, as we call them in Inquisition. It's like a comfort clothes that you wear around your hub. And that's all for now. Now, news has been kind of slow, so if the trend continues with 2 articles a week being released, I'll probably just do a roundup video at the end of each week. So with that, I hope to see you soon, and Daresh Sharol.